Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of my Wild Arms Let's Play. In the previous episode, things took a rather drastic turn. We managed to fully power up Asgard, and with it we shattered the barrier around the enemy's home base, the Photosphere. And with the assistance of a mysterious blue-robed ally, we were able to take down Mother's defenses and defeat her. However, it turns out that that ally was actually Siegfried in disguise, and the Quarter Knights declared war on Rudy and the rest of Filgaia and set about their plans to conquer the planet for themselves. Meanwhile, back in Adelheid, Emma unilaterally decided to form the EIA, the Emma Intelligence Agency, and she's made Rudy and the gang her personal shock troops. Using the sweet candy, we were to head to the Outer Sea to investigate rumors of Old Man Zepet, Rudy's grandfather, supposedly having a research laboratory somewhere far to the east in the outer ocean. However, the way is blocked by a massive whirlpool. But with the teardrop back in Cecilia's possession, she was able to communicate with the ocean guardian, Leucadia. We went to his palace under the sea, met with him, fought Lady Harkin, and with the whirlpool dispelled, we were able to take to the high seas, and at this point, most of Filgaia is our oyster. So we actually uncovered a couple of possible locations to go to, as well as Zepet's laboratory, which held an interesting item, the Ocarina, which has the ability to summon Asgard to our current location on the world map, thus allowing us to cross shallow waters in places that we couldn't reach before. So we're going to pick up with today's episode investigating a couple of different dungeons and see what kind of hijinks the metal demons are getting up to. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, we are back. Here in Adelheid, just buying some stuff real quick. I'm going to check and see if it's possible to do any upgrades on the town for the time being, just in case anything changed, to which nothing did. Off screen, I actually went to the battle arena and did a few rounds, got a few nice items out of it, got some of the upgrade apples for everybody, so I was able to give everyone a little bit of a stat boost. I didn't go too crazy with it, got a couple levels for everybody in the process. We actually have a choice of what to do next, if I remember right. There's a couple of different dungeons. One of them is vastly easier than the other, because the harder set actually ends up with 2 dungeons back to back, and then regardless of what order you do it in, there's a surprise mystery dungeon that pops up afterwards that you have to go to immediately. So I'm actually going to do the easier dungeon first, and then we'll have a nice 3-dungeon gauntlet after that to make things just a little tougher on myself. You know, not that the game is super difficult as is. Going to warp to Basker Village, and hopefully that gets me closest to where I need to be. Nice thing about this game is that when you use the teleport spell, it drags the vehicles to the nearest location, so the boat should be right here. So that makes it a little easier to get where we're going, so I don't have to like cut through to the outer sea through that strait this time. And I'm trying to remember exactly which of these islands it is I need to go to. So we're going to head to that demon lab that we got that mysterious note in the bottle regarding. Apparently some people have been trapped there and experimented on, probably by Al-Hazad. Basically this game's version of Hojo from Final Fantasy VII. We'll see if we can head there and to see what's going on with their experiments. And Cecilia's high-level magic is doing the Lord's work over here. I had forgotten that it's a pretty big increase in potency, not just that things start to hit more targets, like hitting a group instead of one enemy, or hitting all enemies instead of a group. actually are quite a bit more powerful than the early counterparts. Yeah, I think it's this island that's a bit north of here. So I remember going there by mistake. I couldn't remember if that's where I was supposed to go or not, but I believe that it is. Usually the game is pretty good about, you know, if you're able to get somewhere, then that's probably where you need to go. This is about the only time in the game that I can remember that it gives you, like, an option of what to do when. Yeah, here we go. Demon's Lab. It's a nice, cheerful sounding name. Oh, a cutscene right away. His sword techniques look just like mine. Who is he? Why can't I remember? The battles. What happened to my body? Rejection of the body by the consciousness. You think too much, my Lady Hearken. You are so beautiful, yet... Get back, you sleaze! Only the souls of the warriors I devoured sleep in my bosom. Do you want to know what that means? Those words are too strong for me. I came to serve you and to protect the darkness here. I don't need your dumb ideas. All I need is my blade. As you wish. Please, let me take care please, take care of the darkness here. You and the darkness here share a similar beauty. Like Lady Harkin's got a bit of a one-track mind, and she really wants to fight with Jack. Yeah, meanwhile, we're still dealing with these dumb damage fields. At least this place I don't think is quite as annoying as the Photosphere. Yeah, I believe we're also going to have quite a few undead type enemies and other guys weak to holy. So this should be fun. Evil grape-flavored gummy worms. Chock full of Gella. I think there's some kind of trap on the floor here. Or else there will be soon. Ah, the bazooka. I think this is kind of like the rocket launcher, except it doesn't do random damage. Yeah, it hits a group. I think the damage is static, rather than being multi-hit luck-based. Guess we'll find out. I seem to remember the bazooka is not all that impressive, so I don't know if I'm going to put a bunch of money into it or not. Probably not. Boy, we got doors for days. Ah, energy saber. Yeah, I think this is what I was expecting to have found in the Photosphere when I was looking for treasures that I missed. I think I was confusing the two dungeons. There's a few weapon upgrades here, so I figure might as well make use of it. Even though I just dropped like several tens of thousands of Gela buying the stuff at that cart in the last episode. Yeah, Cecilia's holy and dark magic are both ridiculously powerful. Like, she's gonna be spanking the enemies for a while yet. Berry, berry, berry. Oops, all berries. Oh, surely we don't have a boss already. Witch doctor. Witch doctor? That doctor. Oh, witch doctor's kind of buff. Not sure, but I think the witch doctor is carrying like a gourd full of alcohol. It's like he's trying to harness his Auron energy over here. Just hope he doesn't chuck it at me and set it on fire. You came to take the darkness tier. Do you really think you can? Yes, actually, I'm pretty confident that I can. It's like you guys weren't worth much the last time I fought you. Yeah, why don't we check out the bazooka. And I do still have to learn that fast draw that we got from Lady Harkin last time. I've been trying to learn it. So far, Jack hasn't had much luck. Don't think it's terribly impressive, but, you know, for completion's sake. I'll say this, the bazooka's pretty cool looking. Also did a honkin' 0 damage. That is not very impressive. Yeah, I guess I'm going to try learning that fast draw. I might as well make sure that Jack's at the best luck. I might stop by Muriel's and buy some more of these. I totally forgot that she would just give them to you. That's awful nice of her. This terminal will retrieve information from the demon archives. Let's turn it on. Ether analysis complete. Demon's Gate. Correcting vector. Gate generator at 20%. Kind of sounds like this is maybe the place where they control their transportation device, like what they used when they attacked Adelheid back in episode 2. When the darkness tier is complete, Filgaia will be ours. Goodbye, human. Well, goodbye to you first. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of my Wild Arms Let's Play. In the previous episode, things took a rather drastic turn. We managed to fully power up Asgard, and with it we shattered the barrier around the enemy's home base, the Photosphere. and with the assistance of a mysterious blue-robed ally, we are able to take down Mother's defenses and defeat her. However, it turns out that that ally was actually Siegfried in disguise, and the Quarter Knights declared war on Rudy and the rest of Filgaia and set about their plans to conquer the planet for themselves. Meanwhile, back in Adelheid, Emma unilaterally decided to form the EIA, the Emma Intelligence Agency, and she's made Rudy and the gang her personal shock troops. Using the sweet candy, we were to head to the Outer Sea to investigate rumors of Old Man Zepet, Rudy's grandfather, supposedly having a research laboratory somewhere far to the east in the Outer Ocean. However, the way is blocked by a massive whirlpool. But with the teardrop back in Cecilia's possession, she was able to communicate with the ocean guardian Leucadia. We went to his palace under the sea, met with him, fought Lady Harkin, and with the whirlpool dispelled, we were able to take to the high seas. And at this point, most of Filgaia is our oyster. So we actually uncovered a couple of possible locations to go to, as well as Zepet's laboratory, which held an interesting item, the Ocarina, which has the ability to summon Asgard to our current location on the world map, thus allowing us to cross shallow waters in places that we couldn't reach before. So we're going to pick up with today's episode investigating a couple of different dungeons and see what kind of hijinks the metal demons are getting up to. So without further ado, let's begin. The revival of the underwater golem Leviathan is complete. Ammunition equipped, ready for battle. Well, that's not good. You know, if we got an underwater golem, kind of reminds me a little bit of Sapphire Weapon from Final Fantasy VII. We scientists are working on the latest weapons. You will be our next guinea pigs. Good grief, Jack. What is your problem? Uh-oh, human experimentation. Poor Cecilia. Basically just got hit by bad breath over here. Well, this kind of sucks. Jack, please. You know, why the heck did I use the bazooka? It didn't work last time. I totally forgot. Too weak. Okay, well that's fun. Forget it. Please choose parameter. Next. Some options. Display data. Execute selection. Data display. 7 out of the 8 golems have been retrieved. Implement working golems to the front lines. The model Barbados was found to be uncontrollable. Terminated all revival data and disposed of it in the desert. Much concern for the golems still posing a threat. I think there's a few different things to do here. Change data? Data change. Okay. What data are we changing? Huh. I'm honestly not sure what that did. Huh. I sure don't remember what this does. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I remember there being a password here, but don't remember how to find it. Now we know. ID code match found. Oh, is it boss time already? I don't know that Cecilia really needs a magic carrot. Don't think this will be too bad. What's happening? The teardrop is resonating. It's as if it's afraid. Because it's a fake. It contains the darkest of souls within it. Hearken, we meet again, and this time we share a common sword technique. Well, not really, because I still haven't learned the one that I gained last fight. Many tales we have shared, but the warrior needs no words. We'll let our swords do the talking. Well, my sword and your scythe. And here we go again. I think I have a lucky card this time. I think I can steal a secret sign from her, so I guess we'll give that a shot. Not entirely certain buffing everyone's defense is really going to be helpful here, but Hyper definitely will be. Hyper doubles your physical attack power, so that should let Jack do some pretty ridiculous damage. Especially if I'm able to land armor down, which I probably won't. So far, it seems like RNG is not on my side today. And since she doesn't have an elemental weakness, I may as well equip people with something a little more useful. Okay. I'm only going to try and steal one more time. I honestly don't think there's much of a point. Secret signs are great, but I can get plenty of them elsewhere. Not that big of a deal. Alright, she's getting a little serious. No, Rudy's doing good damage. Let's see if we can keep it up. Alright. Slash rave. And I should hopefully Cecilia doesn't drop dead. Oh boy. Of course. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, Jack, come on, bud. Despite his luck being best, he is not really doing too great. Can't steal, only getting a couple of hits with Slash Rave, can't learn friggin' technique from last time. He's having a case of the Wednesdays. Let's see if we can get armor down. Probably not. Oh, really? One hit. One hit! Good grief. Oh well, she's toast. What have I witnessed? A thorough ass-kicking. Gasp! What is this? And they're gone. We cannot give you the darkness tier or Lady Harkin. You'll have to come after me if you want them. Oh, don't worry. We will. So, what was my revenge all about? I should have known. That sword technique. The real fool who couldn't face reality was me. You probably already know, but I'll tell you anyway when I'm ready. It's like new ability that I probably also won't be able to learn. Bullet clip. And another bullet clip. Let's retrieve the data. Priority 1. Recovery of Cod Dingle that was sealed away by the Guardians. Is that all? So, whatever the heck Cod Dingle is. Cod Dingleberry. Okay, yeah, we're done here, so let's just warp out. See, that was incredibly easy. Probably also not a bad idea to do that one first, because the fast draw hint you get from that battle is actually for Magnum Fang, which is an insanely good ability. I also like how they misspelled Harkin's name. I really don't have a lot of faith in the people that did all the localization in this. It makes me cry. Okay, honestly, I don't think it matters too much where we go. I think Court Sam gets us closest to where we want to be, so we'll just head here to rest, and then we'll head out to the next dungeon, or set of dungeons, actually. Although, speaking of the fast draw hints, I think I will actually take a break here and try and go and learn the ones that I'm missing real quick before I go any further. Not like it's super necessary, but Magnum Fang is actually one of my favorite fast draws. Not entirely certain, but I think it might ignore enemy defense, and that would be incredibly helpful. But it kind of looks cool. It does way more damage than Meteor Dive does, and again, it's a lot more consistent than Slash Rave, which can do anywhere from like 300 to 7,000, depending on how the game is feeling when you use it, apparently. So I'm going to break here for just a few minutes and see if I can't get those fast draws learned, and then we will head off to the next dungeon. So I shall return shortly. Wish me. Alrighty, I'm back. It only took about 30 minutes, but finally managed to learn those last couple of fast draws for Jack. And against my better judgment, I dumped a bunch of money into a couple of Rudy's arms. So I think we should be set for the time being. Gonna head out now, and we're gonna go back to that weird dungeon called the Wandering Isle that we bumped into the other day. It's like that's gonna be our next destination, and then we've got dungeon after that, and then the surprise dungeon. I can't remember if I actually have to take the ship. Yeah, I think I do, actually. I take the ship a little ways to get where we're going. Yeah, here we go. For some reason I thought I could walk there. I cannot. Alright, maybe just for the heck of it, we'll use the bazooka and see if we can even hit these little critters. Probably not. See if it does decent enough damage now they've upgraded it a bit. Well, I mean, it's okay. It's definitely an upgrade over the Prism Ray. Who are you, random guy? If you stay on this path, you'll come across a place called the Sacred Region. No one has done any excavation of this ruin, and there's a lake that keeps any dream chasers from going there. Only there is a shallow spot to cross. Don't waste your time. Well, that sounds like we've got a job for Asgard. This is kind of a weird dungeon. I mean, it's not terribly long, so I'm not too worried about it. When I say weird, it's more like there's a sort of glitch here, and I've noticed that this seems to be present in all versions of the game, regardless of whether you're playing the PS1 version on original hardware, or if you've got the PSN version that you could download on the PS3 and the PSP, and the version on the PS4, PS5 seem to have it too. For some reason, in this place and in one other dungeon I can think of, there's an audio glitch where it has this really strange reverb effect that seems to trigger when you go into battles. So if you hear anything weird happening, you know, weirder than normal, that's going to be why. Not really sure why it is, but apparently it must be something with the actual game, considering that it persists across all possible platforms and media. Yeah, why don't we check out Magnum Fang? It's pretty powerful. Unfortunately, I need to put some secret signs into it because it costs a lot of MP. But yeah, look at that damage. Pretty good. Slash Rave could do more if I got lucky. And while this is a short dungeon, there's quite a few little side paths that have a couple pieces of gear that I definitely want to pick up. I just do not remember where all of them are. Well, that wasn't very nice. Let's see if this guy's got any interesting items. The revive fruit's nice. Used a few of those while I was in the arena. Guys in there hit pretty hard. I'll probably cover the arena on camera at some point just to show it all off. In fact, to get one of the character's ultimate weapons, you have to show off the arena. That might as well be a good time to handle it. Oh boy, that's not good. That's decidedly not good. Could potentially revive them both, or I could just end the fight now. I think I'd rather just get this over with, because if he does that again and kills everybody this time, then we're going to be in a world of hurt. Well, congratulations, Jack. You just got a ton of experience all to yourself. And thank God for High Heal. Okay, note to self. Be careful of those guys. This is kind of interesting. We haven't seen this enemy model, I think, since episode 2 with Siege of Adelheid. It's been a while. And since I have him crystallized, I'll cast Lucky Shot and see if he can drop something nice. Yeah, you'll notice that Lucky Shot, the actual spell, costs a lot of MP. In fact, I think it costs more MP than any other spell in the game. Of course, it doesn't tell you what it does, and most people probably wouldn't bother with it unless they already knew what its purpose was. This is why I would rather use Mystic in combination with the Bone, because it doesn't cost 30 MP that way. And of course, this guy might not have anything worthwhile anyhow. Yeah, see, an antidote. How exciting. Yeah, note to self, don't waste any more MP on those guys. The Wyvern, on the other hand, might actually have something worthwhile. Alright, time to go gear hunting. Oh, this guy's just being a jerk. Yeah, it might not be possible to hit this guy with prison. I think some enemies just totally resist it. Excuse me, sir. Hold still. This guy is just being kind of a disappointing jerk. Also not sure why he is not animated all of a sudden. That was a little bit jarring. It's worth a lot of experience though. Oh, come on now. There we go. Hopefully I'm not going in a circle. Good job, Handpan. Got us a nice new piece of armor. Whopping 10 defense. Yeah, I think everybody might have a new piece of armor around here somewhere. Just a matter of finding the right grapple points to get to it all. Yay, more crest graphs. Just what I needed. Guess Handpan isn't strong enough to carry everybody across the gap with him. Oh well. Come on, treasure, where you at? More loot. You know, with a name like Die Fighter, I thought that they might be undead, but apparently not. They are weak to fire, however. And boom goes the dynamite. What have we here? Red jacket. Considering that Rudy's been wearing a red jacket this entire game, seems like that might be his ultimate form. But definitely is not. And I hate to say it, but I think I might be backtracking at this point. Maybe. Yeah, since Cecilia got an armor upgrade in the Undersea Palace, I kind of feel like maybe she does not get one here. Probably that's why they gave her a crest graph and a carrot. It's a consolation prize. Or she might possibly get one in the upcoming dungeon, I don't remember. Yeah, at this point we're backtracking, so I'm fairly confident that I found everything in this area. So we're going to make use of invisible, which literally makes you invisible. And hopefully that keeps the enemies away. Oh, my aim is off. Really too bad that it doesn't last longer. Yeah, not too bad of a little area. Just those Wyvern's instant death attack is probably the biggest issue. Well, let's call our buddy Asgard and see what we can find. Is this another isolated guild? Yeah, sure is. Nice. This is actually really good since it'll give me a chance to heal. And we'll see if we got any hidden items here while we're in the area. Nope. Yes, yes, give me your disgusting potion. Yeah, don't know if I need anything here, honestly. Guard using a dummy. Honestly not sure if I've ever tried that spell, or even really what it does. Also not entirely sure about this lower HP and ability. Maybe we'll give Cecilia Life Drain. Also not the most useful of spells, but since I'm kind of running out of creative abilities to learn, we might as well take it. Alright, got a solution to the lake problem. Just get a very tall robot. And now we're ready for the next area, the Dead Sanctuary. Also a very nice, friendly sounding name. This place got some good music, and also some pretty crazy puzzles. Yeah, of course, to even get in, you have to have Cecilia's vase. And I don't remember if the statues here have any significance. There's a puzzle involving them in a little bit that gets a little frustrating and is pretty cryptic. See if I can remember the solution off the top of my head. After you get ambushed by these cat squirrel things. Get wrecked, you idiot. Yeah, speaking of the statues, Yeah, it may just be that yeah, you have to push them, obviously. I don't remember if there's any real rhyme or reason to... there's a chest over there. Don't remember if there's any real rhyme or reason to going down one way versus another. Now we got this weird guy, like, which I think is supposed to be a cherubim. Let's see if ye old demon ring does any damage. Well, sure did, but he didn't like it. Yeah, Rudy's got so much defense, he's just taking 0 damage over here. Like a champ. Oh, this thing actually has holy. Thankfully it doesn't do too much damage. Better luck next time. Well, I guess that answers that. Can't even get through. Ooh, the Wise Slate. I think that gives you a MP bonus. Yeah, 25% more MP. Not terrible. I think I'd probably rather just take the increased intelligence, though, personally. Alright, that door does nothing. A little curious about this statue. I guess you can only move it left and right, so it must not have anything to do with the switch. Now the real question is, can I shoot handpan over there? Nope. Of course the game would be too smart. Yeah, good old Mystic Apple. One of these days I'll have to do some digging and see if Mystic Apples affect like any of Jack's abilities. I have a feeling Heal Blade might be affected by it, but that's the only one I can really think of that would. Most of the others seem to be affected only by his strength. I like delving into the world of damage algorithms and stuff. It's kind of fun to see how different games handle it. You know, like how a lot of the Final Fantasy games factor the character's level into damage dealt more so than anything else, it seems like. Because a lot of the games kind of do the Dungeons and Dragons thing where you don't really gain stats like strength and intelligence when you level up. If you do, it's once in a blue moon. So it's basically just like your weapons, attack power, and then like the character's level tend to be the biggest contributors to damage output. Then there's like Final Fantasy VIII where it's strictly based on strength. And of course, Junction System breaks that game. That's a whole other story. Elder Scroll. That's kind of funny. It's like, Elder Scrolls from Bethesda, right? I'm curious what they might have to say about this. Yeah, by the time this game came out, I think probably Elder Scrolls 2 would have been released. I wonder if this is merely maybe a joke I'm not getting, or if that actually was intended as an homage to the series up to that point. Kinda cool though. It went over my head when I first played this because I'd never even heard of the series at that point. I will say it is a very nice accessory for Cecilia. Anything that increases her magic damage is A-OK in my book. More crest crafts. Yeah, it feels like there is a ton of crest crafts in this game. Wild Arms 2 is the only other title in the series that uses that mechanic for any of the characters, and I feel like there's not a lot of crest crafts in Wild Arms 2. You're almost forced to recycle old ones when you get access to the higher level magic. Then again, Wild Arms 2 operates on a lot of different systems. Like, I'll probably do a Let's Play of Wild Arms 2 after this and just keep the series going, and we'll see how long I can I can stand it just for my sanity. But Wild Arms 2 actually completely does away with the MP system, and characters only use force points, which is kind of nice, because then you never have to worry about running out of MP in the middle of a dungeon, because you'll always have force power constantly generating during battle. But it does make it a little bit weird, because then you can't just like go to the menu and like click on heal to recover someone's HP. You gotta use items outside of combat. But we'll talk more about that when and if we get there. Ooh, the Guardian Lords. Long ago, this place was the sacred land for the masters of the Guardians. The Guardian Lords were the guardians of hope, courage, and love. The omniscient power of the Guardian Lords is greatly missed in Filgaia. Yes, apparently people are cowards, and they have no hope, and they all hate each other. Oh, I think it's about time for the puzzle that I hate. The red glow is a symbol of the guardian of love, the hot emotion to care for one another. It's kind of a weird way to word it. The blue glow is a symbol of the guardian of courage, the power to heighten one's self. This is the sacred place where the three powers that hold the world together are worshipped. The three powers will never crumble. The shattered will is the weakness of humans. Okay, so we don't get a color for the Hope Guardian, apparently. Or at least not yet. And as far as my rusty memory of this puzzle goes, that kinda tracks. Let courage reside in your right hand, love reside in your left hand, and hope reside within something. Yeah, so that's like the clue. Oh, we got some friends here. Hopefully these guys are weak to holy, because they look very demonic. One would think they'd be weak to holy, and one would be right, I think. And just as soon as I read it, I forgot what the heck this thing said. Right, so courage is right, love is left. It's like, yay, round and round in circles. How exciting. You know what, Jack? You can have an apple. You deserve an apple. Bro, this is Mystic Apple headquarters over here. Like, my goodness. Here, you can have another one. Okay. Well, somehow I made it through that little maze without incident. Now it's time to figure out this annoying puzzle. So courage is blue and courage goes in the right hand. And love is red and goes in the left hand. Now I want to say that hope is probably this green one, because we've been seeing gold statues this entire way. I don't think it's one of them. Now, the tricky part is I think you blow this statue up. Maybe? I honestly don't remember this whatsoever. Maybe I was wrong about what statue goes where. Huh, maybe that's it. Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, that's interesting. You would think that it would have allowed you to bomb any of the statues just to make your life that much harder. Okay, well, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, I honestly didn't remember anything about that puzzle except that they have to be in a specific place and that you have to blow one of the statues up. That was like literally all I remembered. Because of course the game doesn't tell you anything about like blowing a statue up or removing it in some way. It just tells you where to put two of them, and so by process of elimination you know the third one would go in the center, but it doesn't tell you which color it is. Yeah, got a new weapon for Cecilia, that's good. It would be really nice though if Cecilia's weapons would increase her magic potency. I feel like a magical staff should do that. Maybe that's just me. Like, her armor increases her magic defense, which is not the case for the other characters, so you'd think that her weapon would increase her magic stat. Oh, I think we're probably okay, but I'm gonna chuck a carrot at her because we do have the other dungeon coming up like immediately after this one. And we have a potentially annoying boss fight coming up too. Oh hey, yeah, that's right, it's a teardrop door. Haven't seen one of these in like 20 hours. And what lies on the other side is... Boomerang! I used to think guardian hunting was a bit boring since they lost their gusto. Looks like we might have some fun. Long time no see, bro. The weird ninja with his giant boomerang. Somehow it makes me think of like this weird cross of like an incredibly serious version of Sokka from Avatar, and then like that dude from episode 1 of Trigun that had the giant boomerang. That brings back some memories. And since they don't have any weaknesses, I think we'll go ahead and give people something a little more useful and buff their defense. Yeah, I think my strategy is going to be... Oops, not auto battle. I think my strategy is going to be largely the same as the last time that we fought these guys. Try and get rid of Lucide first, and then wail on Boomerang afterwards. I'm going to try Slash Rave just because it honestly may or may not make any difference whatsoever. It'll probably shield everybody too. Technically, if I sat here long enough and just kept casting shield, like eventually our defense would get so high that they can't damage us, but that's kind of cheap and I don't know that I really want to sit here and do that for like 8 turns. So I think a couple casts should be sufficient. Then I'll put Hyper on Jack and Rudy and let them go to town. Yeah, see, look at this ridiculous damage. Like, this is almost, like, unfair. That does so much, and it's like, even increasing defense hardly takes the edge off of it. There are some enemies in this game that just have really unfair attacks. Like, I think I know what the basic damage algorithm is, but I feel like certain enemies have moves where, like, the potency is, like, their attack power times, like, 20 instead of times 2, like a normal attack would be. This will go with my old standby, the rocket launcher here. I'll give us one more high shield. And then I think we'll put on the hyper and then put on the hurt. Or Cecilia could just drop dead. That works too. Excellent. You know, if anybody died, it would be cool if it would be somebody other than her, considering that she has full revive. Seriously wonder if the enemy AI is just like programmed to target her specifically. I think we'll have to play a slightly more defensive battle than I was planning on doing. And like I mentioned before, it's like I could use goat dolls, but I kind of see that as cheating. Large moon. Rawr. Like, seriously, give it a frickin' rest, bro. Like, that is just some cheap nonsense. I have a weird feeling that Sonic Vision might actually toast Lucid, and I would not be sad if that was the case. Yep, bye-bye. Okay, now that the doggo is out of here, let's give Cecilia a turn to heal herself. Okay, now we're back on track. You know what, let's do twin orbs. Let's shake it up a little bit. Hyper is such a broken spell, like doubles your attack power. Kind of insane. I would argue that Hyper is probably a necessity in some of these boss fights, especially the optional ones. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Alright, bro, time to eat Magnum Fang. Yeah, I seem to recall that last time Rainbow worked pretty well against him since he doesn't have any elemental attributes whatsoever. So, we'll see if that holds true. Yeah, 4,000 damage from the Magnum Fang, not bad. I could do quite a bit more if Slash Rave would actually hit, but I don't think I'm ever going to get that lucky again. It's actually doing, I think, doing less damage with Rainbow than it did in that previous battle. Maybe his magic defense just went way up. Oh well, he's toast. You've gotten much stronger. I look forward to seeing how much you can improve, humans. Maybe you can take care of my loneliness after all. Like, aw, he just wants friends. He's just not sure how to make them. I personally would like to congratulate you, but what you have here is just a rock. Not much of the old juice is left. You cannot defeat me unless you unlock the secret of desire. The one controlling the eternal power will always be victorious. So they talk on and on about the Guardian Lords, you know, courage, love, and hope being the most powerful of them all, but it kind of makes me wonder if maybe desire isn't the most powerful guardian in reality. considering that Boomerang made some kind of contract with Lucid and kind of seems to be a little bit invincible. Something to consider. Not to get all philosophical and everything, but I would argue that desire is a rather important trait. Probably something also that humanity has lost in Filgaia in this setting. But if you have desire, I think the other major guardian powers, courage, love, and hope, I think that's what drives them to be realized. Because if you desire to grow stronger and grow beyond your own limitations, well, I mean, that's courage right there. You know, if you have the desire to care for somebody else and sacrifice yourself for them, I mean, that's love. You know, hope, believing in the path to the future in spite of all obstacles, it's like, well, that in itself is kind of a form of desire. So, kind of interesting that, you know, they have these three virtues that are held above all others, and desire is just sort of like off in its own little category. It's not an elemental force, it's a concept, like love and so forth, but Lucid is never considered to be, you know, a part of that pantheon. In all of the games, Lucid is kind of considered to just be a rogue element, which I suppose makes sense that they decided to personify it as a wolf, you know, wolves being solitary hunters and all. It's kind of interesting symbolism. I guess I never really stopped to consider it before. You know, we have these hunks of rock, so Boomerang calls them, but I'm sure that there's a greater significance than that, surely. Shattered statue of a goddess. Retrieve the goddess idol. Well, now we're going to be lugging around a giant statue. Statue of a dragon. The statue of a lion. I can feel the faint powers of the guardians of the three stone statues. We are the fossilized essences of courage, love, and hope, the Lord Guardians. The thoughts that feed us are nearly gone. We can no longer materialize. What? It can't be. If all the people in Filgaia had thoughts of courage, love, and hope, the world would not have fallen. But the weakness of their thoughts has brought Filgaia to its knees. I am ready, Innocent One, our shaman. The image of us must be in your heart when you receive this true gift. Take hold of this, Innocent One, all of the Guardian's energy. Shaman, receive the truth. High Guardian Force. Grudiev, Morgalt, Fengalon, and Stoldark. The Guardians have joined into the Innocent One. Bring light to the darkness that has engulfed Filgaia. I can't believe it was our fault that Filgaia was weakened. Courage, love, and hope, these ideals were always in my heart. So now she gets the ability to summon a more powerful version of each of the Guardians that we've found so far. Don't think it's necessary to summon the higher level ones, but it definitely boosts their power quite a bit. It's maybe not the best of the force abilities, but it might turn the tide of battle if you're lucky. Oh, hey, here's a little thing for Jack. I totally forgot about this, and I don't even remember what ability this is. You must fight me to obtain the secrets of the Shadow Sword. Oh, this is Shadowbind, I think. Sounds like fun. I'll take that challenge. Yeah, if this is what I think it is, this might actually be pretty useful. This guy's got some pretty nice defense. Or something. Yeah, maybe Magnum Fang doesn't ignore defense. It's still really powerful, though. Wow, I didn't even break a sweat. Of course not. Yeah, I guess we'll find out what that ability is, but I believe it is Shadowbind, which is kind of nice. It, like, paralyzes enemies, which doesn't really sound like much, but it seems to be very effective on most enemies, surprisingly. You know, RPGs, you don't think that status effects would be all that helpful. You know, crowd control is surprisingly useful, but there is actually another reason that we want to learn Shadowbind, and I hope that I will be able to show it off in the not-too-distant future. I guess it will depend on how lucky we are in trying to learn the initial ability, and then we will see if we can't take it one step further. I'm going to give everybody some flowers, and let's go. Well, we ain't making it far. What? That's an army of demons is coming down. This is the same thing that attacked Adelheid. This is the Demon Gate. We can travel through space using dimensional shifts. It has many useful purposes, troop transport being one of them. The tearing darkness is the anti-guardian. Welcome to the gate generator. Have fun, my friends. We have been yeeted. Is the past tense of yeet yote? We have been yote. What? How is this possible? Good morning. This is the gate generator. This is our demon gate and your grave. Get it? Oh yay, we get to fight these umbrella chucklers over here. It's going to be fun from here on, boys and girls. I have you in the palm of my hand now. Appetizer, anyone? I think it's kind of funny. There's like this weird shift in Siegfried's manner of speech, like after Mother dies. He suddenly becomes a lot more flippant about everything. He used to be like Mr. Serious Face McNoFun, but now it's like Mother's dead and suddenly like the mask comes off and he's trying to be a bit of a comedian. He honestly reminds me a little bit of Zed. You know, Zed acts all wacky all the time, rattling off a bunch of nonsense. Now, the original version of these guys, weak to holy, so I don't 100% know if that's going to hold true here. And unfortunately, these guys are super fast, so I don't know if doing lock state is going to be a good idea. Because if they confuse me first, then I'll be confused forever. Yeah, I guess we'll see if Cecilia's affected by it. She is. Okay, cool. Well, now I can't even use it. Okay, probably for the best. I would really hate for the status effects to be persistent through the rest of the battle. That would honestly kind of suck. Oh boy. Well, at least hope I can kill this guy. Get him out of here. There's just one to deal with. It's like, yeah, bro, trying to slow me when I'm asleep is not, like, the smartest thing that you could be doing right now. Like, let me just accelerate and finish him off. What a joke. You fool! You shouldn't fight in an unstable dimension. You could explode from all the energy you generate during battle. You knew that would happen. No, I'm not gonna let you enjoy this. I'll chase you to the end of the world. It's like, okay, Jack, calm down with your revenge boner, sir. Don't let it get the best of you. Oh, hey, whoa. Hello. We got chests galore over here. Yeah, nice of them to give, like, carrots and clips and everything, considering the nonsense we just went through, and we didn't even have a chance to, like, heal or anything. Don't think I need to worry so much about the bullet clips, at least not yet. Yeah, see, we got a lot of stuff going on in this episode, just like back to back to back. This is why I wanted to save it for the start of a new one last time. Otherwise, I probably would have had like a 6-hour episode. Not that I particularly mind. It's just a little bit annoying when it comes time to like edit and stuff. What do we have here? Strange device seals the door. Could that device perchance be a switch? Oh boy. Yeah, I kind of remember this part a little bit. There's some very comedic antics that occur here. And also some more annoying puzzles. Yeah, these guys are a little bit annoying, but at least Cecilia can just one-shot them. Not so tough. Yeah, I seem to remember this was also a gimmick back in the Pleasing Garden. Here I am, dripping with talent, ready to do battle. You're not gonna get off easy this time. Watch my phenomenal attack, the drop floor! Haha, what are you gonna do now? This is honestly hilarious. That hurt! What do you think you're doing? Shut up, you annoying bastard! Alright, Operation Hell Thunder! Bro, where are you getting these names from? This guy tries too freaking hard. Follow that dingus. Alright, I can't wait to see what this is. This is Operation Hell Thunder. The electricity through the floor was mighty ingenious of me. Haha! Yeah, well, I got rocket skates, so LOL. Oh, oops, yeah, then I just run right through it like a ding-dong. I don't remember where I'm supposed to go exactly. I think you just disable the electricity. Yeah, so terrible. I think that actually hurt quite a bit. Yeah, I tend to just blindly run into stuff. We got some newbies here. Leprechauns and Amplifier again. Leprechauns probably don't have a weakness, but I will analyze anyway. No confusion. No. Of course. Thanks. Jerk. Here I was thinking he would actually successfully counterattack. Nope, he just jumps off into space. No weakness, of course. Alright, let's try High Blast. Hit everybody, probably not kill anything. Yeah, this fight just keeps getting better and better. Well, maybe Cecilia can just knock his lights out with her stick. Yeah, those freaking clown enemies are some of the most annoying in the whole game. Well, at least Cecilia has a cure-all ability. And now I have to remember where the heck to go. I smell treasure somewhere. I wonder, can I use hand pan to hit this? I cannot. You're gonna die, clown! Excellent. Everything is weak to holy. Or at least mostly everything. That's interesting. Oh, I see. That's why we have the grapple. Booty galore. I'll tell you where that secret sign's going. Yeah, we'll see with the other secret signs that I pick up throughout the game if I'm probably gonna make Magnum Fang reduced to like no cost, and then maybe if I have the patience and the time, I'll do the same thing with Slash Rave. Slash Rave definitely has the potential to do a lot of damage, but the RNG factor just sucks. It cannot be relied on, and that's a darn shame. Jack does get one fast draw that hits all enemies for ridiculous damage, so probably for AoE purposes I will use secret signs on that one to make it as cheap as possible. And then we'll probably put the rest into Magnum Fang and or Slash Rave, and we should be good. Alright, Zed, where'd you go? I'm gonna find you. Wow. Oops, I forgot to cure to silence. Oh boy. Well. See if Prism Ray works on these guys. Can't get over how those leprechauns look kind of like Waluigi with a safari hat. Carrying a big wrench. Oh, Zed, where are you at? More loot. Berry force units. Can't remember what that does. Increase the rate. Yeah, enhanced force increase. That can be potentially pretty useful. I want to say that it might actually allow you to carry some force over after battle, or I could be misremembering it. Don't know if I necessarily want to equip it right now. Not bad. Not bad at all. OZ. Yeah, this is one of the weirdest looking critters. Alhazad, we need to have some words, you and I think. Okay, yeah, that kind of hurt a little bit, honestly. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, I totally forgot to try and start learning Jack's new fast draw. Unfortunately, knowing my luck, this one will probably take forever. Not bad. Did the job. And man, was he loaded with experience. Holy crap. Okay, so Zed went to the right. Ooh, a nectar. I believe that's basically an elixir. Yeah. Yeah, nectar is an elixir, and the ambrosia is like a mega elixir. What are you doing there? Secret tunnel, secret tunnel. Pull the lever, Kronk. This guy's just leading us on a merry chase. Like, he is the most Saturday morning cartoon villain I've seen in a while. Yes, he learned it. Awesome. Cool. Shadowbind. Yeah, it doesn't do much in the way of damage, but it paralyzes the enemy. No weakness. So he's successfully paralyzed. Now let's see if I can follow up. Yes! Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, see, Jack actually has a completely 100% hidden fast draw. So, you use Shadowbind to inflict paralysis on an enemy, and then use it again on the enemy when they're paralyzed, and it will use that dark sweep attack. Does absolutely ludicrous freaking damage, and it can only be done after using Shadowbind successfully. And there is literally nowhere in the game that tells you that that's a thing. And I imagine somebody had to either data mine to find it, or they were just mucking around. Because if you've already successfully paralyzed an enemy using the ability once, why would you think to use it on them a second time? You've already achieved the effect. So it seems a little weird that they would hide it so well, and there's like no clue about it. Well, I take that back. I maybe vaguely remember an NPC hinting at it indirectly, maybe, but I could also be remembering that wrong. But yeah, it's not something that most people are gonna think to try, so nice little Easter egg, I guess. Like, I never would have thought of it. It's like, I played through this game I don't know how many times over the years and didn't know about it until the previous time I played through, and I had noticed it in a guide that someone published, and I was like, oh, I never knew that. I will have to try it. And it definitely did not disappoint. But, and so we just, like, let him go hit the switch. Ha 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 ha! I must say, this is most entertaining! Neener neener. Yeah. It's kind of like nobody attacks the heroines during their, like, Maho Shoujo transformations. It's rude! It's like, you know, you could have stopped him from locking you in there, but, you know, whatever. Let me see if I remember. Yeah. I guess you don't actually have to fail that the first time. It's just kind of funny. Let us table the turns, as it were. Lucky bastards. Time travel privilege. Ah yes, a save point. That can mean only one thing. Oh, what have we here? Diablo, the Crimson Hellstorm. Taste it for yourself, my friends. I'd rather not, thank you very much. Gee, I wonder what element he uses. Of course, the question is, do I want the protection of the flame ring, or do I want the extra damage of the aqua ring? This is a difficult decision. I think I'll go ahead and take the damage reduction, at least on 2 of them. I don't think I have a lucky card. Yeah, of course Shadowbind isn't going to work on him, so I can't use that trick again. Yeah, I do not recall if this guy has any kind of physical attack that I need to worry about or not. So I think we'll probably just skip the defense buffing and just go straight into hyper mode. Well, to be fair, the damage reduction from the ring is maybe not the best. There are some accessories out there that enable you to absorb elements, but clearly I don't have those yet. I don't know. Honestly, I could take full damage from those attacks and get the bonus for attacking him directly. We'll put Hyper on Rudy, and then we'll try Armor Down and see if that works. Yeah, 4490 from a regular attack is pretty nice. Just have to make sure to heal up every once in a while here. So don't let anyone's HP drop too far. Oh man, should I just regular attack? Should I slash rave? I just don't know. Alright, see if we can get armor down to stick. Knowing my luck, probably not. What the hell? He just turned into Knuckles all of a sudden. I mean, I guess he does have some big knuckles. Kind of looks like Knuckles a little bit. Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. And unfortunately, it's probably time to have Jack heal himself. This is starting to worry me if he does that rolling attack again. It's like he'll inevitably target Jack and drop him on his face. Alright, I think we might honestly be about to see the first instance of max damage dealt in this game. I am going to try out the new High Guardian ability. Let's use the Triton rune, let's see that. Or let me compare that actually. Yeah, let's try the Triton rune, because that should be water element. I mean, I would assume it would be. Could be wrong. But we're going to do Sonic Vision, which is going to do ridiculous damage. And if I do High Guardian with the Triton rune, that should similarly do ridiculous damage. Oh, wow. Well, it didn't do 9,999 like I was expecting. But it did the job. Yeah, see, this just goes to show how useful those rings are. I mean, like, honestly, I didn't even really need to waste MP on hardly anything. Just buff attack with hyper, and then regular attacks to the opposing element. No, you defeated Diablo as well! That is correct. And guess what? You're next, broski. Okay. I think we have another boss fight pretty much immediately here. I'm gonna go back and save. Not that I necessarily expect it to go badly, but you never know. Yeah, I do remember vaguely playing this game a long time ago, like, heck, almost 30 years ago at this point. Back in the day, I really didn't know too much about RPGs in general and just kind of flew by the seat of my pants, and I found a lot of these boss fights to be ridiculously difficult, but once you actually get some experience under your belt with various mechanics and actually like start paying attention to all of your options, like this game is not terribly difficult. My defenses aren't working. Damn it, there's no time to screw around. I'll use my Tempest strategy. You'll suffer dearly, humans. Yeah. Tempest strategy, huh? That couldn't possibly be the password, could it? Yeah, this is going to be one of those people that like makes their password. Now see, the funny thing here is I think you can actually enter anything as the password and it takes it. Yeah, I'm not feeling particularly creative. I love this. You fools! That thing will open to any password. Does your pea-sized brain hurt? Not really, no. I already knew the punchline before you told the joke. Please, Lord Siegfried, let me in. They're already here. I need to psych myself up before I fight them. Open sesame. There's a low rumbling sound. It must be a huge machine. Let's go in. Well, look who it is. You pesky maggots are getting in the way of my career. You'll be condemned to death without appeal. This is the power of the immortal reborn, a gift from Alhazad. Here we go. Get back. This isn't your caliber, you squirmy snake. Lord Siegfried? We can't have you running around messing up anymore. We need to acquire this world for settlement. With Hyades gone, we need a new home. Cut the crap! You can't fool me! You betrayed your mother because you wanted to become the ultimate ruler, right? Say what you will. I like it here on Filgaia, and I will become the ruler. Exterminate the humans so demons can rule both heaven and earth. And there's actually a little funny thing about Zed's sword that you'll see a little bit later. The magical spear Glumzammer will skewer you. It's a pretty badass name for a spear. Kind of wonder if the Zamber part of it is a misromanization of Zanba, like the Zanbato, that huge sword that can like cut horses in half. Possibly. I think I've seen it miswritten that way before in other games. But here we go. He does have kind of a cool weapon. Siegfried's got a cool design going on. I'll give him that. I'll try and steal just because, but I'm pretty sure there's no point to it. I think he does have a pretty potent spell that he can use, or at least I think it's a spell. So we'll put on Cecilia and see if that helps. Yeah, negative rainbow. Oh, it's not a spell. Great. So yeah, suction does nothing. Cool. Well, this kind of sucks. I can probably survive another turn. Yeah, I need to get hyper on the guys and then probably heal up immediately, depending on what he does. Basically a regular attack. Like a regular attack disguised as a skill so that I can't dodge it or counter it. It's so fair, it's so fair. That's some pretty good damage. Yeah, we definitely need to heal. ASAP. Have some rocket launchers, sir. Yeah, we'll play it safe. Tell you what, this rocket launcher has been a good friend to Rudy for quite a while, and will probably continue to be so. Let's try Slash Rave for giggles, and maybe some armor down. What was that, like 6 hits? Wow, he almost capped. Nice. Humans can't have powers equal to ours. It's impossible! I knew the Guardians were involved. I will not let them ruin my plans. Ugh. Yeah, that's right. Bend the knee. Bend the knee. You know who the champion is. You think you've won? Think again. My dreams and aspirations have just begun. Round 2. Turn the generators on, Zed. Output 200%. You can't do that, my lord. It's gonna overload. No, that would create a... Yes, a black hole, right in this room. I can do it. What should I do? I don't know what you're trying to do, but you've lost. Surrender. Surrender? Me? Don't be ridiculous. I'm going to activate the generator. Everyone here will be sucked into the dimensional gap. Of course, I'll be sucked in as well, but I will recover because I am the ultimate ruler of this world. I will never die here. And I don't know what he's talking about, but here goes nothing. No way. Rudy! Alright, my lord, let's see what happens. Ruh-roh. No way to escape. What are you gonna do now? You're going on a trip with me into the vortex. You think you can cut the wires with those flimsy swords? They're made from magic silver. No way. What? What? Your own arm? Whee! And then the black hole swallowed everything. The end. That's pretty fucking metal of Rudy. Cut off his own arm just to kick Siegfried into the gate. Thinking, honestly, it might have been the smartest thing to do in that situation. Definitely gonna suck, you know, literally losing an arm. But hey, Edward Elric did it, and he got better. Oh god, your arm's off? No it isn't. What's that then? It's only a flesh wound. You lie! This is near Adelheid. I was thinking about everyone needing to get home. I imagined the castle and the town. The next thing I knew, the teardrop brought us here. Rudy. Oh yeah, Rudy's arm! Oh, good, you didn't get lost between dimensions. Could this possibly be Princess? Rudy's body, his arm, not capital arm. What's the matter? There's nothing to worry about. We'll get the magic to heal him in time. Bzz. No, it can't be. Rudy's body is a machine, just like the demons. Rudy, Princess, if we don't support him in times like this, who will? Look, he's shaking. He doesn't even understand himself. No one wants to be an outsider, right? Well, he just found out he is one. Rudy's been protecting us all along. We should do the same for him in return. You're right. It'll be okay, Rudy. Professor Emma from Adelheid should be able to help you. Let's get going, Princess. She should be able to... If the old man was still alive, he'd know more about this. You know Rudy didn't ask for this. He's not a machine made for destruction. Meanwhile... no way. I'm back in the control seat of the Photosphere. I was sucked up by the gate generator. It was close. I thought I was going to be lost in another dimension. Although it's ironic that I'm back in this place of hatred. The hatred between a child and its parent. If I made it through, then they probably did too. But now I have the Dark Teardrop. With this, I will gain control of Filgaia. I and I alone will rule this world. The demon race shall reign again. Who is this? Is someone else here? This is a bad dream. My he is come, child. Yum. Slurping sounds. My sweet Sieg. From now on, me. Okay. From now on, me. Even I can't do anything about this. So you're saying that Rudy's body is... The anatomy is the same as humans. The bones, muscles, nervous system, they're all the same except for the fact that everything is artificial. It's just like the bodies of the metal demons in the legends. No way, Rudy can't be... No, it's not a demon. It looks like he was made by a human. He feels pain. He's a machine that feels pain. Why would anybody want to do that? Those things don't matter. It doesn't matter. How can I never help the people I really care about? I'm sorry, I didn't think. I don't know how it works, but Rudy's body is the same as a human body except for the materials he's made of. You can get herbs from Mariel in the town of Rosetta. Those herbs should probably... See, don't give up all hope. Jack, you should take care of Rudy. The rest of you should prepare for an invasion in case the demons try to take advantage of the situation. Okay. Captain, prepare the sweet candy for battle. Got it! No one can take me on the ocean. You make us work for our friendship, Rudy. Okay, everyone. Hey, there's no time to sit around. Your friend needs you. Yes, he is our friend, isn't he? That's why we care so much. Are you stupid? Why would you even have to think about that? What have you been fighting for all this time? To protect your loved ones, right? Not for some cheap, foolish destiny or mission in life. Get a clue, girl. Figure it out. I'm starting to get very frustrated listening to you. Thank you. I feel better. Rudy said you had a big heart. Enough. Let's go, Magdalene. I've got to blow off a cannon or something. I've got to get rid of all this rage. Yes, my lady. Every minute counts. Let's get to the town of Rosetta. Yeah, let's check up on Adelheid. Yeah, so things got out of hand pretty quickly. Once again, that kind of seems to be a bit of a theme in this game. Now we're down a party member as well. Yeah, so kind of ironic. It's like Siegfried ended up right back where he started and ended up getting consumed by what remained of Mother. That's a little bit creepy. That's frankly, honestly, something out of like some H.R. Geiger stuff over there. Like, creepy alien hellspawn just going around eating people. Eating its children, supposedly. It's like, who knows whatever happened to Zed. He just got sucked in the black hole, and, you know, I'm sure he'll be fine. He's just like Gilgamesh. Including the part about getting caught in the, like, cleft of dimensions or whatever. But it's like the whole thing with Rudy. So, yeah, like, in the last episode, if the books in that old house weren't quite clear enough, it's like the homunculus that it was referring to was indeed Rudy. So old man Zepet found Rudy in some ruins and decided to try and raise him as his grandson. And this is where that bit comes into play, where I was talking about Zepet being a Romanization mistake. I'm honestly not sure if it was on purpose, because it was actually extremely on the nose and might potentially have ruined it, or if they literally just made a legitimate mistake. But Zepet is a bad romanization of Geppetto. Now, anyone who's familiar with Pinocchio can instantly see the parallels. Here we have this kindly old man who doesn't have any children of his own, stumbles across what is effectively a living doll, decides to take in that doll as his child or grandchild, and tries to instill in him a sense of, morality, understanding of right versus wrong, and tries to, tell him, like, if you do a bunch of good deeds, well, eventually you can become a true human. And so it became basically a battle of acceptance. Obviously Pinocchio had a habit of fibbing, and every time he did, he became further and further away from being able to be accepted as a real human boy. And Rudy is kind of in the same position, found by this elderly guy, decided to take him in. He's a blank slate, even though he was created as a weapon to fight against the demons 1,000 years ago. He was never actually used as such. So essentially he doesn't have a history, he has no memory, has no conscience, and can be molded. And because he spent time with this kind old man, he not only learned how to protect himself and others, and how to wield an arm, which obviously, like, the homunculi were created specifically to synchronize with arms to be used in combat, but he also learned to have a heart, to feel pain, to sympathize, to show empathy. And in spite of all the efforts that he made to be accepted as a human, he still ends up getting mistreated, just like, in the first episode, at the very beginning, when the people of Surf Village cast him out, in spite of him sacrificing himself to save Tony and Tony's father and the village from the zombie. People still can't accept him, but even in spite of that, he still had the strength to persevere, all because he's trying to find a place to belong. So I think if they had named him Geppetto, I feel like it might have been a little bit more obvious, like, what was going on with Rudy, just in case the entire game leading up to this point didn't make it clear. And so maybe they intentionally decided to mutilate the name, or it could have just honestly been an accident. Who knows? But I think it's interesting to look at it that way, because once you've made that observation, the parallels are insane. Still not taking my money. That's unfortunate. So this is kind of like the low point in the game, I guess, because yeah, we managed to defeat Mother and we went and kicked Siegfried's butt. But it's like now we've ended up losing Rudy in the process, and it's gonna be a little dicey trying to fix this problem, considering that he was created with 1,000-year-old technology, basically kind of like a humanoid miniaturized golem. It's like, it's probably not going to be easy figuring out how to help him. But if anybody could do it, it's probably Mariel. Like, she is our resident, I guess our resident doctor, or pharmacist, or herbalist, or whatever you want to call her. Still got this sad, lonely flower out here by itself. What? How? Rudy, his arm. What's happening? Jack and Cecilia tell Mariel everything up to this point in their adventure. Or we could just watch my Let's Play series. It's like, use these herbs and the pain should go away. This is a benefit of the life within metal body that you possess, Rudy. Life within metal? How would you know about that, Mariel? It's a 1,000-year-old sin, the metal that has a consciousness. As you know, the demons have machines for their bodies. The Elu and the humans dared to step into their realm and play God. If this was just a small wound, I could do something about it with the herbs, but to replace a lost arm... Nowhere in Filgaia can you recreate life within metal again. Maybe if it were 1,000 years ago, maybe then, Rudy's arm could have been 1,000 years ago in Filgaia. How can you... Let's go to the temple in the forest mound. Deep in that forest, the Elu, he left a gift. And what's in the heck could that possibly be? Yeah, and thinking about Rudy's efforts to be accepted and everything, it's like Muriel's kind of in the same boat. Essentially, both of them are leftovers from a 1,000-year-old conflict, and both of them have problems being accepted by the people around them. It's like, I guess, in a way, Muriel's been awake a lot longer than Rudy, obviously, since he just woke from stasis or whatever 15 years ago, whereas Muriel's been alive for this entire millennium. But it's like Muriel seeks isolation and believes that being mistreated is almost appropriate, considering that she sees this as a form of penance. The precise reason why will become clear in due time, but it's almost like she believes that she needs to be punished, and she's accepted that and continues to exist in spite of it. And she just honestly wants to keep to herself and be left alone. But obviously after meeting Rudy and the gang, she opens up a lot and realizes that maybe that's not so true after all. If there's the potential for acceptance, then even she, meek as she is, would be willing to make an effort. Rudy, on the other hand, in spite of how he was mistreated, never stopped yearning for the affection of others. So I think that, yes, meeting Rudy and the gang did change Muriel quite a bit. It broke her out of her cycle of self-hatred and allowed her to see that it is possible for these disparate characters to find some kind of common ground. The Elu left Filgaia after the war with the demons had ended. We Elu normally live in the forest. After the war, the land was no longer suitable for us. So, we created this realm called the Elu Dimension. We used the last of our power to transfer this land to that dimension. We closed the gates, and thus it became our new home. There you can still see the Filgaia of 1,000 years ago, and this is the gate that connects the Elu world to Filgaia. We couldn't budge this thing even with a cannon. Maybe the gate broke because of 1,000 years of inactivity? That wouldn't be good for Rudy. This gate operates on the Elu heart and life energy. Just frickin' cut her arm open. The Elu live by bonds. We bond to time in order to live an eternal life. We bond to the land to enjoy nature. We'll gladly give up everything to bond with those we believe in. Rudy saved my life in this forest. Now it's my turn to repay him. Please, don't leave the mound. Vasim can... The Elu Dimension's replica of Filgaia from 1,000 years ago. Hey, Muriel! Muriel! She's bleeding badly. We need to treat her now. I was gonna say, I seem to vaguely remember there being some hidden items here. Unfortunately, I cannot seem to get over to it. Okay, we can get to this side. Ooh, the full Libra. That is a very nice accessory. Basically, it's like the ribbon of Wild Arms. So that will definitely come in handy. I have to remember to get how to get to the other side. Suppose it's possible that there might be a hidden obstacle there. Maybe that's why I can't get through. Well, this is very perplexing. Yeah, there might actually be, like, a hidden box or something there. Or maybe yeah, there we go. And what would it be but more crest graphs that, again, I don't really need. Give me some secret signs, game, come on. Oh, we got some random guys. The humans have activated the gate, and they're here? We came to ask for your help. We Elu want nothing to do with you foolish humans. Please leave. We have people wounded here. Only you can help treat them. One of the wounded is an Elu girl. Please, let us in. She's the child of a criminal. There's no reason for us to help her. Go on back to your dying world. Wait, we can't risk exposing the gate to other humans. We will take you to the village. Master Fulcanelli will decide your fate. It's like, cool, and I don't get a say in it. Awesome. It's kind of like the whole thing at the beginning with Surf Village. It's like, come with us to the village. We're going to pass judgment on you. Yes, no. It's like, but thou must. I don't think it's please help, comma, Rudy. I think it's more like please, comma, help Rudy. It's like, please help Rudy. Have some mystical purple sparkles. What the hell did you even do? Oh yeah, this is another weird thing. Is like they referred to him as Master Fulcanelli. I'm not entirely sure why, because the original name was Emiko, like it shows here, and that's actually, like, canonically his name, so really not sure where Fulcanelli came from whatsoever. Follow me, outsiders from the dying world. So, you want to use our powers to fix this young man's left arm? Rudy is an important part of the team. We're trying to save the world. The battle with the demons has begun again. Do you trust us, the ones who are more like demons than humans? We have to. Rudy's too important. The whole world needs him. 1,000 years ago, we created this machine to combat the demons. Golems are the absolute power. Power without heart can be good or evil. The Elus and the human mage have reached into the realm of the unknown and came up with a new technology. We based this technology on demons we'd captured. We used living metals and adapted it to human physiology. An artificial biometal was created. We called it the Homunculus Project. Artificial life that can survive under any conditions. This homunculus is the ultimate enhancement to many different kinds of arms. It synchronizes with different arms, thus enhancing the psychic power of the weapon. However, the Homecross enjoyed killing so much they literally became killing machines. Was it the blood of the demons, or was it man's lust for conflict? No one knows for sure. The deployed homunculi were destroyed. There is, however, one homunculus left. An experimental model was sealed deep underground. Rudy's not a killing machine. He has a bigger heart than anyone I know. The time he spent as a human gave him a pure heart. Is that what you're saying? Rudy used to travel with an old man called Zepet. Zepet had a kind heart, and it was he who kept Rudy from turning into a weapon. He's the one who kept Rudy's heart pure. You're telling me, after 1,000 years, this man unleashed the experimental machine? But it is too late. We don't have the technology to give life to metal anymore. Those powers were lost to us long ago. Then Rudy is... There's nothing we can do. The Guardian Blade. Mariel, you must rest! The Guardian Blade has a life of its own. I bet its power could... Go to Brother Vasim and use the Guardian Blade on Rudy. What in the world are you saying? The Guardian Blade? It went out of control and disappeared, but not before it took half of Filgaia with it. You know the sand ocean that starts from Rosetta and cuts across the land? That was the result of the untrained and refined Guardian Blade of Vasim. Mariel stayed there, alone, to pay for her brother's sins. He is working to return the sand ocean to normal. We can't afford to make the same mistake again. But if we do nothing, that's what Filgaia will be. Nothing. If we run now, we will live like weaklings for the rest of our lives. I don't want to lose the bond between myself and the people who taught me to be strong. Vasim lives in the forest to the southwest. There he can live without being exposed to us. He is the only one that can possibly repair his arm. If not, it will destroy us all. Please take me with you. I want to share some of what I've learned with him. Do you want us to make the Guardian Blade? It's going to take a miracle. We've lost much of our technology to time. That evil sword. Miracles only have value if you can do it yourself. It is absolutely true. Miracles don't occur easily. If it can be done, it will probably be done by a human. The Guardian of Filgaia is a human. Please hold on. Our wishes will make you well again. It's like, unless our party carries a whole bunch of random unconscious people. Cool! And we're back to not having the radar, so it's time to search literally every barrel and box by hand again. God damn it! Maybe you can change the world. It's important to go forward, but you need to stop and rest. Why don't you stay? No thanks. I suppose it is time for you to move forward. Indeed it is. Thank you, furry elf guy. Yeah, the animals here are kind of funny. So you have this weird, like, dog squirrel thing, and then the save point goes from being like a parrot or a toucan or a bird of paradise or whatever the heck that thing was, to this weird koala monkey. There are monsters in the forest. It's safer if we stay in this village. Yeah, and I'm sure that the people feed you too, probably. Move it. Move. Move it. Get out of the way. Apple, apple, apple. Everybody loves apples. Especially Jack. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Let us save. Take a quick stop at the old save monkey. The seams turned Filgaia into a wasteland. The sinner had to be locked up in the land beyond the forest. On today's episode of Everybody Hates Vasim, the air and water in this place is the same as it was 1,000 years ago. Shouldn't things have changed in such a long period of time? Well, I mean, when you don't have like an industrial revolution polluting the hell out of everything, I imagine that nature probably could maintain its grip for a lot longer. You could say that there are no monsters in the Elu world. We sealed them inside a place far from here, located to the southwest. Oh, of course, you sealed them in the place that I have to go through to get to Vasim's house. How convenient. Scariest place in the world is the Abyss. They keep all the monsters there. I'm so scared of that place, I don't even know the location. Yeah, the Abyss is essentially like the super difficult bonus endgame dungeon. And it lives up to its name. It's not a happy place. This is a change. Humans are visiting our village. Yep, secret's out, bro. This is going to be a tourist destination within 2 years, mark my words. Don't look at the things you don't like. Don't do the things you don't want to do. This is how we live. What do you think? Well, to me, it sounds like you're in denial. Probably not the best way to live. It's like all you're doing is covering your eyes and ears to the things that are inconvenient for you. Good old sophistry. It must be destiny that the ancient treasures of Filgaia are finally being used. Remember, power without heart is evil. The Forest Prison is a prison for monsters, built by the Elu to trap monsters that infiltrated our world. They go in, but they don't come out. Not all the prisoners are monsters. The Guardian of Life is also trapped in there. Outsiders, I ask of you to release the Guardian of Life. Use this key to open the chest which seals the Guardian. Yeah, this is a slightly annoying little diversion. It's not a side quest, but it is something that is a little bit difficult to do. We'll see if I can pull it off. Outsiders, what do you want from the world of the Elu? Power? What do you want with power? You know, dominate the world, that sort of... I mean, save the world. You can use the teleportation device to travel to any area of Filgaia. Occasional accidents do occur, and sometimes you'll end up in some scary place. During normal operations, though, it works fine. But if you give it any form of impact, your risks increase. And that is a clue. Hello, squirrel. The Life Guardian's in the Forest Prison. I don't know why, though. Move it. Get out of my way. Stop it. Move it. Move. And of course, there's nothing in there. Doink. Travelers, did you come from the place called Filgaia in our fables? What was that line from the end of the last Unicorn where Schmendrick is something like, she will remember you when men are fairy tales and books written by rabbits? I feel like somehow that's actually come to fruition. The Life Guardian is still a prisoner inside the Forest Prison. Prison. Everybody's talking about the prison. This is Tarjan, an Elu tribe village. This isn't a place for humans. Well, too frickin' bad. Sunbird hat, that sounds fancy. That is a nice boosted defense for a frickin' hat. Pretty sure that Cecilia has an upgrade to her headgear here too. Just a matter of finding it. Oh, look at that. Ask and ye shall receive. It's also a nice boost for her. 10 points from a piece of headgear is pretty good, especially for her. I shan't complain. Now this is a pretty cool place. I like how, you know, it's this little separate dimension pocket or whatever. And it's like, you know, we're here up in the sky. It's got a really nice world map theme. It's actually very, very small. There's not a heck of a lot here. Yeah, it goes back to Filgaia. And of course there's the village. And we got our next destination, the Forest Prison. Which I'm not really looking forward to because it's kind of a doozy. No monsters on the overworld map, which is also interesting, but like they said, they managed to basically trap all the monsters in this place. I'm kind of debating using invisible here pretty liberally. Since Rudy's out of the party for a little bit, I don't really want Jack and Cecilia to surpass him in levels, because I don't think that he automatically like catches up or anything. So I might be using invisible to skip battles. Probably not a terrible idea. There's a lot of different routes to go through here, and of course, like, you know, there's a specific one to get to the other side. And then the Life Guardian is hidden somewhere in here too. And, you know, I'll probably end up wandering around for a little bit, honestly. See, I don't have any new fast draws to worry about. Some Triffids, and of course the enemies are all divided, so I can't just use one spell on all of them. Anything to make my day a little more annoying. Get smoked. Yeah, buff your defense, see if I care. Got some more evil potato Zakus over here. This must be Char's Zaku. Oh yeah, another friendly little squirrel. I'll show you how to get through the maze. Just go left or right all the way out. Simple enough. I mean, yeah, that's generally how mazes work. If you just keep making the same turn while hugging the same wall, eventually you will find an exit. But it might not be the exit that you want. Is it just me, or does this tree look a little evil? It looks like it has a face. I don't know, it's kind of creepy. Because this place is kind of annoying and nothing really happens here story-wise, I think I'm actually going to edit this part out. And then if I find anything that's particularly interesting, I can always cut back in. But I think I'm probably going to stop recording at this point until I get through here, just because I have a horrible feeling that I'm going to be wandering for a long time, and I'm stubbornly refusing to look up a solution in the guide. So I think I can handle it on my own. It'll just take a little bit. So gonna cut here. When I find anything relevant, I will pop back in, and then once we get to the other side and never have to deal with this place again, I will be back to continue recording. So cutting here, see you in a bit. Okay, well, I said I would come back if I found anything interesting, and while wandering around in the forest, I did manage to find this strange chest. It just so happens that we've got also a very strange key. Again, we get this weird orb of light that just pops out of nowhere and opens up a path that we couldn't take before. And leads us right into combat. Yeah, another reason that I didn't really mind turning the video off for a little bit on this one is this happens to be the other dungeon in the game that does really weird stuff with the sound, and you get that odd reverb effect. Thankfully, that's not a word. Thankfully, it seems to only persist during battle, but I've actually had it happen a few times that it continued after battle and did not stop. And so you'd have like random notes or sound effects that just repeat into infinity. And it gets pretty annoying when that happens. Oh, a nice little spring. Oh, it's the unicorn, Odoryuk, guardian of life. Innocent one from Filgaia, receive my gift. I shall cast a light upon your dwindling faith. Either in eternity or mortality, my powers are never absolute. Take my powers, shaman, for I am the guardian of life. Life rune acquired. Yeah, this one is actually a necessity. Unfortunately, it drops Cecilia's stats. See how this does for Jack. Yeah, lowers his speed. Might be an okay rune for Rudy when he comes back eventually. I think I'm actually fairly close to the end here, but there are a few chests that I haven't been able to open. So I might go poke, yeah, like that one there. So I'm gonna actually go poke around a little bit. Yeah, more crest grass. The main, yeah, see, like it echoes the sound effect of the save point. Like, that's really bizarre. I found a couple pieces of armor for Jack and Cecilia. That's probably honestly the best stuff that I'm going to find here. I'm pretty sure that the other chests are all crest grabs, and quite frankly, I don't think I care that much about them. I think I'm fairly close to the exit, so I honestly may as well just leave. If I happen to think about it later, I might return here and just poke my head in, see if there is anything of value that I actually missed. I don't think there is. The crest grabs at this point are honestly more comical than anything else. If I could sell them, I honestly would. Not much of a reason to bother with them. Goodbye, Mr. Bear. Yeah, I think we like head south from here and we're done? Maybe? Possibly? Shouldn't be too far from the exit. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, hallelujah. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Didn't take nearly as long as I was expecting. Let's just take a moment to appreciate this map. Kinda wish that they had done more here, to be honest. Like, it's a cool concept. You know, a lot of RPGs, especially from that era, have, like, multiple worlds and all. You know, like the 3 different worlds in Final Fantasy V, and there's, like, World of Balance and Ruin in 6. It kind of reminds me of the Kingdom of Zeal a little bit from Chrono Trigger, just like, you know, minus the elitist mages and all that. But here we are at Basim's lab. Alright, we get that awesome harmonica music again. More saves for the save monkey. Yeah, I think there's something in the barrel. Yeah, Mega Berry. Yeah, there's a box here with something really important. Of course, we can't get to it yet. Don't mind me just stealing all your stuff. Oh, a duplicator. Very important. Basim! Mariel, what are you doing here? Basim, Rudy's in trouble. Calm down, Mariel. Breathe. Breathe. I can't believe I'm looking at a forbidden homunculus. Rudy needs some living metal to heal his left arm. Please, use the Guardian Blade one last time. No! Do you want me to crack the ground in half again? I can't take part in the creation of another weapon for destruction. The Guardian Blade is a blade of doom. I'm not talking about a weapon. I want you to pound out some life force with those hands. Only you can save Rudy. Only you can make metal come to life. Mix Rudy with the technology that produced the Guardian Blade. You become strong. Or should I say your love has become strong. Rudy shared his strength of heart with me. Rudy can change the future of mankind. Make the Guardian Blade and save Rudy. It is possible to repair the arm. But we're missing 2 key ingredients for the operation, though. To reclaim the left hand, we need the Life Force Guardian, which I conveniently have. To regulate its powers, we need the Illusion Guardian. With both of these in place, we could be able to apply the Guardian Blade to his left arm. Mary and I will prep him for the operation. You warriors go and gather the 2 powers of the Guardians. The Life Force Guardian is sealed somewhere in the Force Prison. Actually, he's in my pocket. I don't know where the Illusion Guardian is. There is a magical book called De La Metallica. It's a book about alchemy and is said to have the power of illusion within it. To find one tiny book in this huge world, You must do this. You are our last hope. We'll get your arm fixed up. Hang in there. Everyone's worried about you. We'll be back soon to help you. Oh, the typos. I've heard of a library that contains every magic book ever written. You might be able to find the De La Metallica book there. All I can do is use herbs. Yep. Got it, bro. Carrot. Ooh, hyper gear. Yeah, there we go. Rudy's headgear. Which of course I can't give him. Yeah, fortunately, I know precisely where this library is that they're talking about. I don't think that I can warp there directly, though. Guess we'll find out. Nope. Yeah, gotta warp the Force Mound. Then return to Filgaia, then warp. I'm going to spend my summer break at the library. Oh, where are we at? There we go. Right at the top, where it should be. Man, I haven't been here in a hot minute. Yeah, it seems that the audio glitch is actually persisting because the echo on the stairs sound effect is persisting a lot longer than it should be. Oops. It's like, hey, Sister Mary, how's it going? There are more obstacles in your path than ever before. In order to overcome them, you need people who believe in you. It's like, well, I got a couple of those. One of them's missing an arm. Yeah, pretty clever place, honestly, to hide this book that we're after. You know, back in the first dungeon of the game for Cecilia. Like, who would have thought that we would be coming back here? Found you. Pages turn by themselves until it reaches a section on forbidden magic. As your consciousness wanes, you begin to hear a voice from afar. Yeah, also another pretty interesting and trippy dungeon here. Oh yes, there is actually a few things here that I absolutely have to get. This might be another place where I cut the video just to avoid redundancy. There are a few annoying puzzles here, but there's also a specific item that I'm going to have to farm for. And that could potentially take a long time, because it is an extremely rare item. And I don't remember if it is a drop or if it is a steal. So that will make this a lot more difficult because I don't remember. Either way, I may end up being in here for a while. Somehow this place kind of reminds me of Cayenne's dream from Final Fantasy VI, where you have to go fight the Dream Stooges to try and get his soul back. Door has been closed for 2 hours. Okay. I think this is supposed to be like a giant clock. So you're supposed to go counterclockwise to rewind it? Yep, only an hour ago people were coming and going. Only during this hour will the warm welcome of travelers begin. A simple puzzle, but crafty. Now, here's the part I can't remember. Song of Earth. Dwells in the swords become power. Dwells in the soul to defeat the enemy. There's a bunch of books that you're supposed to collect in here that adds up to a fast draw for Jack. Don't think it's one that I particularly care too much for. So if I remember, it works a lot like the rainbow spell. So basically, if an enemy resists or is healed by any element, it's kind of useless. I will get it for completion's sake, however. I think that's everything in here. There's a door, yep. Good save point. So yeah, since I've hit the save point here, this might be the time to actually stop and farm for that item that I'm looking for. So I think I will take a break again here and go do that quickly. So wish me luck. I hope this doesn't take hours to accomplish. But it is arguably one of the best accessories in the game, so I shall return. And we're back. Here I was worried that it was going to take me forever to acquire it, and literally on my second battle, I encountered the enemy I was looking for, and using the prison lucky shot combination, I managed to get my Necronomicon on the first try. So that really didn't take much effort whatsoever. I honestly wasn't expecting the prison and lucky shot trick to work, but I'm glad it did. That saved me a lot of time. So the Necronomicon is the best of the book items for Cecilia. Gives her an absolutely ridiculous increase to her intelligence. Honestly, I'm not sure what the actual percentage is. I think it's probably a 100% boost. You combine her basic sorcery score with the bonus from the rune, as well as that she has, as well as the bonus from the Necronomicon. Like, it's pretty insane. So, yeah, probably the best accessory for Cecilia, hands down. And you literally have just this one opportunity to get it. This is a one-time dungeon, so once you leave, you will never find those things again. Not entirely certain if they sell for any decent chunk of money or not, so I'm probably not going to bother trying to like farm more of them. I think I'll probably survive. So we'll just continue with the dungeon as per normal. Knowledge is the treasure. Let's engrave this into your heart if you seek the other side of the door. Okay, I was invisible for all of like 5 seconds. Cool. Yeah, these guys are kind of jerks. Well, we'll see if I can replicate my feat from before. Then I suppose we'll see if the Necronomicons actually sell. Alright, well this fight is pretty much in the bag. Sweet. Alright, why is the bat coming back? Go away. Okay, I missed something. That's really interesting. Like, curse wore off, but it wouldn't let me stay invisible for more than a few seconds, and then curse came back. And now it's gone again. Like, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, I know there's a puzzle that involves those chests and specific positioning. Closed minds will lead Filgaia to its doom. The Elu have gone to another world. For 1,000 years, people have torn apart the land looking for the future they've lost. A foolish woman opened the box, and all of the desires of the world were released. This is human nature in its purest form. What do you search for with those closed eyes? This is Filgaia, a dying world. I must confess, do not remember the solution to this. Because those books didn't help. Like, I get what it's saying. Knowledge and treasure go hand in hand. I don't think this is a case of, like, waiting long enough and then, like, it reveals itself. Yeah, there is some kind of specific pattern to this, but I sure as heck don't remember what it is. So one would think that the bookcases have some connection to the chest that you're supposed to open or leave closed. Oh, maybe it's the wording itself. So like closed and then open, 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 closed. So I guess we open the middle three and then leave the two on the ends closed. That's kind of what it sounds like. Like, excuse me, I'm invisible. Why are you bothering me? It really wanted me to have another shot at one of these, apparently. Sure, I'll take another Necronomicon, why not? Watch himself or something ridiculous like 666 Gela or some crap. If they sold for like a few thousand a piece, I would be happy with that. But you know, these games, they're funny little puns and all that stuff. Yeah, and the 420 Gela for defeating it. Blaze it! Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so leave the ones on the ends closed and then just open the three in the middle. I think. Yeah, not sure if it gives an indication when you do it right or not. I mean, just based on the wording, like the two on the ends definitely were closed. But the other ones, it made it sound like those are open, you know, people rifling through stuff and yada yada. Okay, so apparently that wasn't it. Because I could talk about like the foolish woman opening the box, and then people like searching for treasure, and then like the Elu departing. Like all that makes it sound like somebody opened those, so... There we go. Okay. Well, trial and error wins the day. Knowledge is the real treasure. Can help as well as harm. Alright, what's next? Book of Wind. Lightning? The Song of Nothing. Song of Sacred. And Song of Evil. Or Illusion. So, I should adapt these characteristics into an attack. I'm going to give it a try. There's going to be a bunch of different characteristics. It's like, yeah, not too wild about this ability for you, dude, but you have fun. They seek knowledge as guardian of the secret ways. Uninvited one, go to the left or to the right, where we shall not meet. Of course, one final puzzle. And once again, I don't remember how the heck it works. Oh, okay. Oops. I should have been checking the slab every time, I guess. Forge a future for the world, choose the left door. To take the future from the world, choose the right. Okay, add note to self. Should read this every single time. You'll always speak of justice while using power to enforce it. What then is the meaning of justice? If you want justice as power, take the right door. If you want power as justice, take the left door. Okay, yeah, seems we borked somewhere. Yeah, I think the first time it doesn't matter which way you go, but now I have to start paying attention. The might of the demons is determined by the strength of their machines, so why does man follow the way of the demons? Will the path to the left lead to horns? Will the path to the right lead to man? Choose the path you believe in. Visitors to the Book of Dela Metallica. What do you seek in this foreign world? The one who turns left here shall receive the power of death. The one who turns right shall receive the power of life. Oh yeah, the Guardian Blade. Future of the world, choose the left door. Hopefully I just made like that one tiny mistake. Not entirely sure. Honestly, it kind of sounds the same either way, but let's try the other door. Okay. Yeah, I think that maybe it was the right one. Or maybe not. Oh, good grief. It's like your silly logic puzzles, my goodness. Unless, of course, I'm supposed to take the Renegade option here. I don't think that's the case, though. Curious if I can get some MP from these guys. That'd be kind of nice. Or they could all just die. Yeah, not a terrible place to stock up on free magic carrots either. I am assuming the left door for this one. I swear, if this takes me to the beginning and I failed it again, I'm gonna be pissed. What the freaking heck, dude? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, and you can't go backwards either. Yeah, this one feels really odd to me. And I think I've chosen both options after keeping everything else the same too, so I'm honestly not sure what to make of it. Okay, I'm not honestly sure what I did differently there, but okay, I'll take it. Whatever gets me out of here sooner. Now we gotta go further down the spiral. Interesting looking guy. This is the realm of the forbidden knowledge. I am the keeper of all the knowledge stored here. Humans, you have successfully overcome the labyrinth. You have earned the right to possess the secret power of illusion. Just remember, the power is a vehicle, not a driver. Warrior and shaman princess, take my powers. Have faith in what you do. Hades rune acquired. Well, cool. Got everything we set out to do in there. And considering my terrible memory, it didn't take too long to accomplish it either. Wonder if I can take a free nap here still. Yes, I have many crest grabs. We might have gotten a free heal out of the story anyway, but maybe we'll talk to Emiko here. And just sleep, just in case. So I will stay and rest. Okay, where'd everybody go? We'll get your arm fixed up. Hang in there. Let's be down in the basement. The two powers, the Guardians, are together again. The life force and the illusion. I am unleashing the forbidden powers. Am I making a terrible mistake again? No, not this time. The Guardian Blade will be forged. It's a weapon capable of saving the future. The true Guardian Blade. The surgery took the better part of the day. ... I have done all I can. Now we'll see how he holds up. I want to help. I want to make him better. I feel so helpless. My heart aches for him. I have done all I can. It's up to him now. He's closed off his heart. I know how that feels. If I found out I had the same body as the demons, the same demons I've been fighting all my life, Don't close your heart, Rudy. You are who you are. You're one of us. Ever benevolent and invulnerable. Where am I? Dreaming? No, this isn't my dream. It's someone else's dream. Rudy, hurry, come here. This is an unfamiliar landscape. This is Rudy's dream. That child is Rudy? Oh, so this is his childhood. The situation made Rudy's mind go back to his childhood. The childhood in his heart is the world where old man Zepet protects him. I'm gonna be a dream chaser when I grow up. Like Rudy? No, I'm gonna be a better dream chaser. I'll be traveling alone, not with my grandpa. Check this out. Impossible. Kid can't lift that. Rudy can't do it either, so it's a draw. Rudy's like, wanna bet? It's like, catch these hands. Smash. No way, that's impossible. Rudy isn't normal. I know, Rudy has no parents. Rudy's probably a monster child. Rudy! Poor Rudy. What happened, Rudy? Are you alone again? Huh? You want to know why you're different from the others? So, you're old enough to think about such things. I think I'm lost in Rudy's dream. He must turn to his memories with old man Zepet when his feelings are hurt. Being with the old man must be relaxing for Rudy. This power you have, there must be a reason why you were chosen to possess it. This is a little difficult to explain. Let me put it to you this way. You feel pain when someone hits you, right? The same thing happens with people's hearts. Your heart hurts when something sad happens. You can understand those hard feelings better than other children. Someone like you will need the power to protect people in the future. You must practice with your arm and your sword until that time comes. Real power is the power to protect what's dear to you. Rudy's kindness comes from his understanding of people's hard feelings, not only the old man's teachings. Now I understand. The constant pain he has within his artificial body has taught him mercy. I know you're scared, Rudy. Just hang in there. You're not afraid of the demons. Your fear is pointed inwards. You're Rudy, our dear friend. Don't deny yourself. Don't look away from what hurts you. This is an illusion generated from your own heart. It's easy to run away, but that won't solve anything. Rudy, come out and face it. What's the matter? Why are you in a hurry? You bumped into something so bad you wanted to run away? Don't worry, I'll get rid of anything that would hurt you. You can always come to me. Rudy, don't close your heart. Always stay here, Rudy. Don't listen to anything else. Just listen to me. Everyone's waiting for you. Jack, Handpan, Jane, Magdalene, Professor Emma, the captain, even Mariel. And me. Rudy is Rudy. You're no one else but our dear friend. I know being with old man Zepet is comfortable for you, but that's an ancient memory. This is an illusion. The old man is dead. Shut up, you noisy little brat. Zepet? I'm never going to let this kid go. I've never met someone with such a beautiful heart. I am Elizabeth, a devil who eats dreams. So you're the one keeping Rudy's mind closed. If you want him, you'll have to beat me first. And I wonder if a noisy little brat like you can do it. Now this one I think uses a lot of magic. In fact, I think she might use only magic. So I'm going to put suction on Cecilia, and I think that should honestly make her pretty much invincible here. Otherwise, this is going to be a very difficult time. Let's see. Don't know if anything else is really necessary. Hopefully she's just weak to holy and I can nuke her into oblivion. Yeah, that was not hard in the slightest. Be strong, Rudy. You're not alone. A lot of people care about you because you care about others. Now I understand. I've always hated myself for being the Princess of Adelheid. I always thought that people would only ever see me as a princess. I wasn't being hated. My selfish thoughts were keeping people away from me. Finally found out by watching you, Rudy. If you want to be loved by someone, you have to love other people yourself. The goddess idol shatters. I am Reptina, the guardian of love that people have lost. Your cries have been heard. Princess, why do you risk your life for your dear friend? At first, I was doing it because I was the princess and the shaman of the guardians, but now I do it because I love Filgaia, because I love my friends. You have learned the true meaning of love. If you need my powers, call upon me in the name of love. Love rune acquired. Wow, I fell asleep. But Rudy? This isn't a dream? You won't laugh at me or call me a space cadet or anything like that, would you? I was dreaming. Dream about you. You had the same dream? Oh, now I know I can carry Now I know the burden that you carry. You truly are strong of heart and in might. I would have been crushed by this sadness. If we did share the same dream, then what do you remember? What happened? There's the real me, not the princess. All I could think of was saving you. You made us worry, kid. You look great. I'm going back to Filgaia. I can't fight, but the least I can do is try to protect our home. It's like, yay, Rudy's back. I can give him his new headgear. Your body is not human. That is the truth. If you can accept this fact and grow beyond it, you will be able to produce unbelievable power from your arms. The synchronization beyond normal limits will produce a runaway destructive force. I know you will use this power wisely. Bring the future to us, Rudy. Asim's words have awakened powers sleeping deep inside Rudy's body. The Fury Shot acquired. Your body represents a past that we are trying to forget. The war with the demons, the Homunculus Project, the Guardian Blade. You are Pandora's box. Gee, thanks. You saved me, not the other way around. If I keep running, I'll never solve anything. And we'll go and snag this box, which has the secret tool, which will become very handy with the reconstruction of Adelheid. Funny that Cecilia got fully healed, but it didn't get rid of her status effect. Yeah, we'll see if we give her the love runes. I think technically it's about her best rune overall. Doesn't give her a boost to sorcery, but it boosts everything else, which is quite nice. Plus the love rune is healing summon when you use it in battle, which is quite nice. I think the life rune for Odoryuk is the same, but a lot less potent. Alright, now we got the gang back together. So, you know, I'm gonna pay just a quick visit to the village here and check with radar and see if I missed anything. I don't think I did, but you know how this game is. Oh, I did indeed miss something somehow. Where the heck is it? Of course, there's always the question of, is it inside somewhere? Random. Move it, lady. I'll be okay from here. I'm going back to town to continue my work on reforesting the land. Not out of guilt, but out of love. I want to do what I can to save Filgaia, a land full of wonderful people. You changed my life. Thank you, everybody. And of course we can't go 2 steps without a crisis. You're late! Where the hell were you? My lady was so worried. Nah. Hey, there's something big going on. We gotta get back to Adelheid Castle. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. What are you talking about? What's so incredible? Professor Emma's invention is finished. That flight machine is done. The strange-looking contraption in her lab actually flies. A machine that can fly? Well, it said that 1,000 years ago there was a vehicle that could travel to the stars, but how can we fly using current technology? I have no idea how it works, but Professor M has been researching flight mechanisms for a long time. You know that Emma motor? It was invented specifically for this machine. For a long time she said it didn't have enough power to fly yet, but why now? Well, I'm not sure. There's a lot of information for me to digest. Speaking of digestion, she was checking out Asgard's stomach while we were gone. We better hurry, or we'll miss the test flight. It's like, and why the heck do we mention the Golem's stomach? That crazy captain, what's his name, is going to be the test pilot. He's scared of heights. Imagine a grown man whining and crying. I'm sorry to hear that. There, it's coming this way. You Kersplode. Oh shit. That crazy captain. Well, I mean, it's not like he's going to suddenly understand flight just because he can helm a ship. Ooh, that was scary. We didn't have enough power to maneuver in the upper atmosphere. We need to start on the modifications right away. Rudy, it's good to see you up and about again. Hey, where's the captain? There is always a price to pay for progress. You should go visit him later at his grave. First, I want you to meet someone. Hey look, it's Anya from like 30 hours ago. Before the introductions, I'd like to report my findings. Hey, this is the Guardian Stone. What? There's instability in the Guardian's energy. The Guardian Stone is responding very erratically. There must be some problem to the southeast, far away. I'll continue with my observations. Is something happening to the Guardians? Yeah, you could say that. In a way. Manner of speaking. I don't have any confirmation, but it's worth a look. We must use... But I thought it wasn't completed yet. If only we had the Gemini circuits. If we had the ancient Gemini circuits, we could increase the power of the Emma motor. We need a pair of them in order for them to work. Let's split up into 2 teams. Jane, your team will take the sea with the captain. Go fetch him from the hospital. Let him recover first. Rudy and the gang will use the new machine that I created for them. Come with me, Rudy. I'll show you my secret laboratory. Secret laboratory? Where could it be? No one knows. That's why it's called a secret laboratory. I can't believe there's a secret facility under Adelheid Castle. There you go again with our crazy idea. Isn't this illegal? Someone stop this crazy professor. I wasn't sure what I was getting into, so I didn't bother getting a permit. Okay, light it up. Here it is. Surprise! The result of Zepet's studies on the theory of flight, the metal bird, and my Emma motor. I was able to create this flying machine by combining the 2 technologies. At last, my dream is finally becoming a reality. I'm going to name it the Gullwing, the wing of the holy bird. Gullwings. That's another can of worms. No, it's a prototype, so how about the proto-wing? All that steam over a prototype. The thing can't even fly. We all saw it crash. According to my wisdom, what goes up must come down. As long as you don't get caught in a high-altitude jet stream, you'll be okay. Somehow you don't sound too convincing. In this world, you can only count on 2 things, our love of Filgaia and my technology. In order for me to complete the proto-wing, I must have a pair of Gemini circuits. Gemini means twins, thus they will not work unless we bring the 2 Gemini circuits together. Jane's group will go by sea, and your group shall go by air. Get back as soon as you find the Gemini circuit. What's the repair status of the proto-wing? Stop wasting time, hurry up! Repairs complete, could take off at any time. Those people, yeah, they're the same guys who are helping me with the Lilithia dig. Emma's being a slave driver as usual. Oh, shut up and send the machine to gate 14. Okay, ready? Proto-wing, take off. How about it takes off with us in it? That sounds a little bit more intelligent. Then they just shoot it out of the catapult and it immediately crashes because there's nobody actually piloting it. Alright, to ride the Proto-wing, walk up to it and push the accept button. To land, push the cancel button. Can't land in the forest or on the water. Doesn't have enough power to fly over mountains, says it's just a prototype. Like, don't blame me if you crash and burn. Okay. I think now we should be able to make at least one more donation, I hope. I'm almost to the end of all this. Or maybe not. Let's see. I know I have to go find Tom the repairman at some point. That might be after all this is over and the town is rebuilt. I don't remember. Poor Zeldukes. Of course, I do not remember where the heck Tom is at. Or actually, maybe I do. There's that one vacant house from way back at the beginning of the game. This lady was like, I think it's haunted. I think that might actually be where he's at. Yep, there he is. I want to build more housing, but there's no suitable land remaining in Adelheid. Okay. Never mind, can't do it yet. That's unfortunate. I think everyone is at full capacity here. Now it kind of looks like Rudy actually did gain some experience while he was out of the party, so not terrible. Well, I think this is probably a good place to go ahead and break for now. Managed to see quite a bit. Lots of dungeons, lost Rudy, got Rudy back. Plenty of stuff happened. I might do a little bit more of the arena battles off screen. Since one of the arena battles lets you get secret signs, and you can basically get a whole bunch of those and make Jack's fast draws super cheap. Not a bad thing to have in your back pocket. So I think I will leave here, and then hopefully we'll be back in a few days for episode 7. So until then, take care.